All right, what's up, y'all? I want to talk today about the perfect protein shake. And what I'm going to do is go through a few recipes. And if you stick around with me, I'm going to talk about some of the potential benefits of whey protein and collagen protein. All right, now this is an area that we've changed our stance on over the years. If any of you have been with me for any amount of time, you probably remember me saying or having this stance that protein powders and meal replacement powders are something that are either off limits or highly discouraged, especially compared to real food. And we definitely feel that real food is way more powerful and beneficial than something that's fractionated and shelf stable. But in the grand scheme of things, as we're trying to make this work in a modern lifestyle and for the sake of convenience, we are totally fine now with having a protein shake made with appropriate ingredients for specific purposes, especially in a transitional period as you're trying to make your focus 100% real food. Now also, the research is pretty clear on whey protein, if you get the right kind, which we think that whey isolate is probably going to be the best quality and the best purity. And then also the research is pretty clear on the benefits of collagen. You combine those two things together in the context of a real food way of eating, I think it can be really beneficial, again, especially since we're trying to make real food work in a modern lifestyle. So if you make this shake the right way, you can both increase your protein intake for the day as well as continue to enhance metabolic flexibility by keeping this thing low carb, although we could add some fruit or something like that to it. Now, there's a certain amount of protein that if most of us hit that level or hit that mark, there's going to be some auto appetite regulating and satiation that happens. Okay, so, and I'm not sure what that is for every specific person, but what we usually shoot for is about the traditional 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight, up to a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Or if you're trying to put that into layman's terms, we would say just make animal foods and protein in general your primary focus when you're eating at your meals. You definitely want a balance of the macro foods and the macronutrients, but making sure that you get some protein in at every meal is going to help you with that automatic satiation. Now, in our community and our way of doing things, we're also really focused on metabolic flexibility. So we want to train the body. We want to enhance the body's ability to burn its own body fat for fuel. And we do that by staying relatively low carb, having carbs from real food sources, having space in between meals, the things you probably heard from us before. So we just want to keep those things in the back of our mind as we're embarking on this protein shake experiment. So in my opinion, the best way to consume this protein shake is by keeping it relatively low carb. All right, so I like a combination of a good quality whey protein isolate. I love this one from Biotics, and I'll talk a little bit about why Biotics whey protein isolate is a little bit different from other ones on the market. And then I also combine that with some collagen, and this has to be hydrolyzed collagen because it mixes really easy in water. Now the liquid that we're going to use for this, we want to make sure that it has some healthy fats. And so my number one top liquid of choice is going to be a coconut milk. Now usually we recommend full fat coconut milk in the can. All right, but a lot of times, as most of us know, when you refrigerate that canned coconut milk, it becomes solid and it's almost impossible to turn into a shake or pour into a shake. All right, but what I found here recently is this Thai Kitchen 2 simple ingredients coconut milk that has this twist off cap, and it's only water and coconut. It doesn't have any guar gum. It doesn't have any of the stabilizers. And it stays really well in the fridge. It stays like a liquid, and it's got plenty of healthy fats in it. Now remember, one of the reasons we love coconut milk is because it has a lot of medium chain triglycerides, which are really easy for the body to use for energy. So it's a fat-based source of energy that's not sugar-based, so it helps us enhance metabolic flexibility and the body's ability to use fat for fuel. All right, so what we're looking for here from a shake perspective, okay? I would say, let's just talk about a meal replacement shake, meaning that if you're trying to substitute some junky frickin' first meal of the day with something that's a protein shake based thing, I'd say you probably want to try to reach for about 30 grams to 50 grams of protein, all right? Because most of us are going to be trying to get somewhere between 100 grams and 200 grams of protein in a day. So divide that up by about 3 and you're looking at about 30 to 50 grams of protein, all right? So depending on the serving size of the containers, here we've got this whey protein isolate, and for 2 scoops, we're going to have 20 grams of protein. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 scoops of this to my shaker bottle. And by the way, you can have a shaker bottle that's stainless steel, and it could be branded with a laser engraved SHT logo that will never go away. But I'm going to add 2 grams or 2 scoops of this whey protein isolate. We've got a chocolate and vanilla. Of course, there's other ones on the market that are different flavored. And then I've also got 2 scoops of this collagen-based protein, and this also has, for 2 scoops, about 21 grams of protein. So I'm going to do 2 scoops of this. These are both chocolate. I've actually mixed our vanilla and chocolate. And then for the consistency of a good shake, I would say you probably want 1.5 cups to 2 cups of liquid. So if I'm going to use this coconut milk here, what I'll probably do is about 1 cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup. And then the rest of it I can fill with water, or if you've got like a blender or a Ninja or something like that, you can throw in some ice. Now, this would be a version that is extremely low carb, okay, because it's healthy fats and protein and that's it, and some natural flavorings, and Biotics does not use anything that's sugar-based for that, okay? It's all the stuff that we agree with. Now, another option that you can have, and this is something else that we've relaxed our stance on, is you can try some A2 milk. All right, now A2 milk is different from the A1 milk. The majority of milk out there in the supermarkets, even the good organic grass-fed versions, are going to be A1 milk, which is a different kind of cow. The A2 milk comes from a more traditional ancestral breed of cow. A lot of them come from Europe. And so what happens with the A2 milk is you've got different types of casein inside of the milk. You've got theoretically some different types of immune boosting benefits. And so people that have sensitivities to dairy in general, if they have a sensitivity to casein, it may be the A1 casein variant versus the A2 casein variant. And so I've had some clients try this A2 milk and they've actually done really well on it. The only thing that you need to be aware of is that with the A2 milk, because it is full fat and it is whole milk, you're going to have some lactose in it. So in here we've got, for a cup of this A2 milk, it's 11 grams of sugar, and all of that's lactose, all right? So we're starting to move away from the metabolic flexibility, low carb aspect of it, but depending on when you want to consume this, it might be totally fine. You know, if you're transitioning into real food and you're replacing a junky breakfast like bagels and waffles and things with something like this, it's totally cool. You know, some of my clients, I actually allow and recommend that they have a little bit of fruit with their first meal or their smoothie. So sometimes you could make this smoothie with some coconut milk, you can make it with some fruit, you can make it with some berries, which would make it a little bit lower carb fruit, and you could do some of this A2 milk if you wanted to. So again, and I'm going to put a little bit of this in here, and by the way, this is super fatty, 6% fat. It's just really, really good tasting stuff. And so I'm going to compensate for that 3/4 cup and try to match the rest of it with a little bit of this A2 milk to make it a little bit more liquidy, all right? So again, we've got several options there. You're looking to get maybe 30 to 50 grams of protein, depending on the serving sizes of the scoops in your protein containers. You're looking to use some coconut milk because of the MCTs, which will help you with some fat-based energy. I would say if you just stay right there, maybe with some water, then you're going to be low carb and you're still going to enhance metabolic flexibility. If you want to do a little bit of A2 milk, that's totally fine. I would stay away from A1 milk for sure. You can experiment with A2. If you notice something funny with your digestive system, that's probably you're still lactose intolerant. This is still going to have some lactose, or you may be sensitive to the casein, even though the casein in this people tend to tolerate it way, way, way better. All right, so if you use this, you're no longer low carb, but you're still lower carb because it's still real foodish, right? And again, some of my clients are going to use some berries and things like that. I'm going to shake this up and try it, and we're going to see what it tastes like. I already know what it tastes like. It tastes amazing. I do have a shaker ball in here. Oh my gosh, there's no sweet in there, and that does taste amazing. So again, great protein pop, healthy fats, a little bit of some good quality milk, A2 milk if you want that in there, maybe some berries. You can put all this into a Ninja, into a blender, a Vitamix or something with some ice, some spinach, you know, make it somewhat of a green smoothie or something like that. We do not think it's as optimal as eating real food like some eggs and bacon and a little small bowl of fruit, but we do think that it's a perfectly appropriate transitional step as you're trying to make real food work in a modern lifestyle. All right, so now let's talk about the differences between types of whey protein and the benefits of collagen. You know, if you're not familiar with what whey protein is, whey is that liquidy clear stuff that's left over when you scoop out some yogurt, you know. And so whey goes through this processing where it turns into a powder, and there's a bunch of different types of processing. But it's actually, it's a complete protein. It has all the essential amino acids, which is why a lot of bodybuilders and people that are performance-based are big fans of it, because it gives your body everything that it needs to rebuild its muscle. Depending on the type of protein, whey protein that you have access to, there's a whey protein concentrate, which has got a decent amount of protein in it, but it's not anywhere near the amount of whey protein isolate isolate, concentrate's going to have a lot more of the casein and lactose in it. When you move on to whey protein isolate, this has been filtered in a way that it gives it about 90 to 95% protein, which means it's almost pure protein. It's got a little bit of lactose in it, a little bit of casein, and again, those people that are sensitive may notice an issue with it, so you do need to be careful because it is whey based. Then there's a hydrolyzed version that is kind of pre-digested with some enzymes. Super expensive, and we don't think it's worth the money for that because you're getting way more protein bang for buck when you go with the whey isolate version. Now, I mentioned before, I love biotics, and if there's a product that I believe in and I can sell it, then I'm going to sell it because I'm going to use it and it's going to benefit my clients. They get access to it from me. I can help them with dosing instructions, and there's plenty of things that I recommend on Amazon whenever I need to. But I love biotics because it is a therapeutic line company. You're not going to see it in grocery stores. They only work through nutritional therapists and primal health coaches and chiropractors and things like that. Their quality control measures are through the roof. They test everything coming in, everything going out for purity. There's never any cakes, fillers, or anything like that. And what's unique about their whey protein isolate is that it is microfiltered, triple filtered, and it's cold filtered, so it is not denatured at all. And that also means that it has intact immunoglobulins. It's called immunoglobulin IgG, and this is a supplement they actually sell in a concentrated form, which is really, really great for the immune system because these IgG particles actually go around your system and actually start to consume and collect pathogens, and it helps you excrete them a little bit better. So it's really, really great for the immune system. So those are naturally occurring inside this whey protein isolate. And there's no artificial flavors or sugars or anything like that. And this version contains 0 casein and less than 5% lactose, okay? So that's why I'm a big fan. When people order this through me, my clients, it's cheaper than you'll find on Amazon. I don't charge shipping. If it's at my office, you can come pick it up. If you're not anywhere near here, I ship it to you for free. It comes straight from our warehouse, which means it's super, super fresh. And again, I'm just a huge, huge fan of biotics for many, many reasons. Now, let's talk a little bit about the benefits of collagen, because collagen, if you haven't heard of it, collagen makes up 33% of the body's total protein. All right, so if I have 100% of the protein that's here in my body, 33% of that is collagen matrix based. So collagen is a big part of what makes up your hair, your skin, your nails, your bones, your cartilage, your connective tissue, your tendons and ligaments and things like that. The majority of us probably don't eat animals nose to tail, meaning we don't consume an entire animal. Most of us just eat muscle meat, just eat lean meats. And our ancestors ate animals nose to tail. They made use of every part of the animal. That means they got a lot of collagen. This is why bone stock is so popular these days, because bone stock theoretically has a decent amount of collagen, but it depends on the type of bones that were simmered, so you're not guaranteed anything when it comes to bone stock. I think bone stock has a lot of other potential benefits in it, so we're huge fans of consuming bone stock every day. I consume at least a half a quart to a quart every day, but I'm not doing it depending on that for my collagen. I pretty much overdose on collagen every day. I'm taking like 4 to 6 to 8 scoops of collagen a day because I know it's so beneficial and I feel so good from it. The reason that it's so good is because, like we said, it makes up a lot of those things that we're probably not consuming on a regular basis. So we've got a really good balance of amino acids. Because it helps make up tendons and ligaments and cartilage and connective tissue and bone, it helps with the repair process. So as we're healing from things, we're healing from things every day, but as we're healing from things, if we're an athlete that's putting a lot of wear and tear on our body, collagen matrix is so crucial to helping to improve like your recovery and your repair. It also helps with your skin and elasticity. I've been told I have great skin. I don't know. Maybe it's because I consume so much collagen. It's great for your joints. It's also great for just healing in general. It's very, very therapeutic. So I'd say the more collagen you can get in, the better. Now, collagen comes in 5 different types. Types 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Now, these different types represent different sources of collagen inside the body. Most collagens on the market come from type 1 collagen, which is a skin-based collagen. It's the cheapest and it's easiest to make. Now, biotics comes from type 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we're getting different sources of collagen. These come from grass-fed cows that are out of Sweden, and it's a really, really high-quality product. And again, everything that I sell is cheaper than you'll find on Amazon. We give free shipping and everything else. Now, while we're talking about collagen and the performance benefits of it, another place that we've relaxed our stance on is post-workout nutrition. So in the past, we've been big fans of fasting post-workout, and there are tremendous benefits to fasting post-workout. You have a chance to clear excess glucose from the system. You have a chance to clear damaged proteins from the system. Your body starts to prioritize healing and recuperation. But it's also proven in the literature that there's also a period where you're very insulin sensitive and your body knows what to do and uses nutrients really well right away. I still think it's a wash. I still think that after a workout you can fast or not fast, and it doesn't matter. There's benefits to both. But I do have clients that come to me that want something post-workout. And instead of fighting that, now that we're kind of relaxing our stance on protein powders anyway, we've relaxed our stance on post-workout nutrition. And so I've got plenty of clients that have tried this little formula and they swear by it. They feel like they feel a little bit better recovery, a little bit better performance, a little bit more muscle mass. And I've done an experiment where I've been doing post-workout whey protein and some collagen, and I haven't necessarily noticed benefits, but I definitely haven't noticed anything bad come from it. Okay, so this is another option. I would slightly change what I was doing with that first recipe. If I'm doing it for a meal replacement shake, we definitely want to hit that 30 to 50 grams of protein so that we hit that satiation mark. If we're doing it as a post-workout nutrition, you can keep the amounts relatively smaller, okay? Because a lot of us are working out maybe midday or mid-afternoon, and we're trying to get the benefits of fasting. So after a workout, if you're going to do a protein shake, I would say maybe a scoop of whey protein isolate, a scoop of hydrolyzed collagen, and then you can use, a cup of some A2 milk with some lactose in it, and or a little bit of the coconut milk, and that's the perfect post-workout protein shake. All right, so that's our stance now and our recommendations and recipes for some protein shakes. If y'all have any questions, comments, or snide remarks, please send them our way, and you guys keep it real.